You are listening to a podcast by Last Minute Crack with your host, me, Christina Hamilton. Last Minute Crack is your one-stop shop for all things arts and culture in Dublin City. For more information, check out our website at lastminutecrack.com or visit us on Instagram at lastminutecrack. A special thank you to Thibaut Kemere for his help with the sound and for the music on this intro. Another thank you goes out to Zoe Spillane for her help managing the page. And now for your episode. Though she is small, she is fierce. Okay, so tell me about
Do it like this.
Tell me about your troubles.
Oh God, where do we begin? Is this good? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the way that you go back and forth,
Yeah.
loves that.
I'm gonna have fun mixing this.
Yeah, I'm over here now. 3DO ASMR interview. Hi, how are you? It's welcome to my interview.
Hi, I really love podcasts.
This is audio poison. We're creating audio poison. Okay, so for those who don't know, Emily is not only one of my besties, but Emily is a comedian extraordinaire, an MC extraordinaire, and just a great gal.
Thanks, babes.
You're welcome, babes. And it's just back from Disneyland. So we were talking. Oh, I just hit this with my boob. God, it's so hard. Don't you hate that? Don't you hate when you have such big, juicy titties? That it's just the worst. You went to Disneyland. Tell me about Disney.
There were so many big, juicy titties.
My eyes are up here.
Disneyland was a gay old time. It was a lot. Well, I'll go into like the serious part of Disneyland.
Yeah, hit it with a boner straight off. That's a good one.
The conspiracy is okay, guys. There's tunnels underneath everything. No. It was an interesting situation because I went with my mother who has MND. So we kind of got to have a holiday that had to be accessible. And interesting because Disney is that big capitalism money, it actually is very accessible, which is nice, but at a cost. We had to pay for a wheelchair, which I kind of think
That's scummy. That's scummy.
That should be free, right? It was like, because every single part of it is designed, it was amazingly accessible. But interestingly, and I'm not a big I hate men person. I love men. I love some men. But then again, I don't have to date men.
Let's get out of the way. A lesbian. Lesbian. We found one. I know.
Well, I kissed a man recently, so shock and chagrin. Kissed a man.
I kissed a man.
I questioned my sexuality at the age of nearly 30, which I didn't see that coming.
Are you going to kiss and tell? Or?
No, I'm not going to kiss and tell. I'm a gentleman.
I thought we were going to get an exclusive in here.
No. What was I saying? Yeah, the only thing is, right, I don't know who needs to hear this, right? Little PSA. If you're a fully able-bodied person, okay, and you see someone pushing a manual wheelchair, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm not stopping. This 4'10" will run you over. And I did multiple times.
Absolutely.
But other than that, another exciting exploration of myself. So I used to always think I didn't have a type, right? And genuinely, I don't. Like, I'm into femme girls, mask girls, non-binary people, the whole works. But I realised that I fancied Belle.
Oh, Belle.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Disney princess.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I don't mean to ruin the Disney magic. It's not the same Belle every day. So I just, with the powers that be, because I do know that this can go out there, if anyone, and I mean anyone, can find, they can be married, they can be whatever, I don't care. I just want to know that a queer Belle exists somewhere out there in the world. That's all I want in life.
And she's here with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got queer Belle. She's like, don't curtain around the shades long.
I would die. I just...
Oh, the gun show's out. Here we go. It's gotten serious. She heard queer Belle.
I'm waiting.
The guns came out. But yeah, no, I think
I don't mean to fluster you.
I am very flustered. I was just thinking there about like the accessibility thing, and the one thing that I saw, I don't know what it is about the Lewis that makes people lose their minds. Like Lewis their minds. Oh, another one. Yeah, there you go.
But I was the comedian here.
My comedy career is absolutely thriving right now. But I think like all sense of decency goes out the window for especially three places. One, Houston Station. 2, it's Jervis, and 3 is Abbey Street. Every single time, the amount of times I've gone, right, and you're
specifically the Lewis stops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, and I'll tell you what it is. It's like this huge crush, and I've seen people in wheelchairs and like accessibility things, and people don't give a fuck. They're elbowing everybody out of the way, and I'm like, when did human decency just? I know, like I've seen people around me, people that I know. I'm like, what happened? She's, I got caught up in the crowd. I'm like, you became an asshole. You became an ass. Like, what happened to you? It's like something comes over you, and you're just like, the beep goes, and the thing starts closing, and you have to run, and like fuck everybody else on this loop. Like, what?
Yeah, but you know, an easy solution for that.
Hit me with it.
More
Ideas, guy.
Lewises.
And now to the local elections.
Would you vote for me?
I'd vote for you.
Cool.
Anybody else? No?
Would you vote for me? Right? I think I get shit done. I have enough suits.
You're the gay Leo thought he was.
Oh my God, I'm the Leo. I'm the gay we deserve.
The gay we wanted. You've actually performed as Leo Bracker at a gay. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yes.
Oh, should we? I don't know. Would that ruin a political career I don't want to have?
No, fuck it.
No, go for it.
So
Content's content, you know what I mean?
I run a show called Queer No Glitter Cabaret on Inchine. Yeah,
It's amazing.
You can woo for me. Is this vest? It's making me very daddy right now. So anyway, my favorite thing about Christina was I messaged you and said, did you know the song Karma by Jojo Siwa? And her reply was, yes, I know the dance.
Of course I knew the dance. I'm hip with the youth on the TikToks.
So we did a performance of Jojo Siwa's the iconic gay pop legend as Leo Brecker and
Marilyn.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And there's no evidence of it, which is great. So it stays in this room, everybody. I'm going to cut that bit out. Nobody's going to believe you, okay? But I love that. Like, we've talked about this before, but we do mad stuff on that show.
You know why I love this room?
Why do you love this room?
Because, so I did a show with a full female lineup called Shout Out to Your Ma. Thanks for having me. And it was a show for Mother's Day. And my mom has not seen me do stand-up that much because the majority of spaces are not wheelchair accessible. Or just accessible in general. And this is the closest space I could get to that would be accessible. And I really wanted my mom to see what I do. And what made it even more special was Christina did the show with me. But we sang.
We did.
We sang a song. And I have a weird hang-up. I used to sing. And I didn't sing for years and years and years because I wasn't perfect.
Relatable.
Some people. And through doing that performance, I remembered the joy of singing, and now I do it. And I actually sang a song in the last show, like no jokes, no gimmicks, just sang a song.
I'm so happy to hear that. It was so nice. It's, I think the way when your mom likes something, it's way better than anybody else liking anything. Do you know what I mean? If that makes any sense?
Yeah. No, yeah, I get you.
So I'll give you my example.
My mom's not a person of many words, but she did say, when you're on stage, you're alive.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, I have to hold on to that because I'm not getting that again for another while.
That'll do you for a while, yeah.
Yeah, it'll tie me over.
Yeah, I remember I was like, I can't remember what it was, but I was really feeling sad about something, and I was like, oh, the world's against me. And my mom called, and she was like, Christina, you're doing a good job. And I was like, thank you. I'm healed. You've healed me. My mom is on my side. If my mom is on my side, it's amazing.
Yeah. Do you have a sister?
I do have a sister. She's
older or younger?
A younger sister.
Oh,
she's just finished her master's in teaching. Shout out Sarah
Yeah.
Jane. Come on. She did her master's. It's
my
crazy.
sister is called Sarah, and my middle name is Jane. So if we had a baby,
nope,
it would be.
That's.
I'm not bringing it there.
But I have that thing where I'm like, my siblings are doing better than me, and it sucks so bad. So like my younger brother is 7 years younger than me, so like rude that he'd come around like a surprise like that. That's kind of rude on me, to be honest. And because I was out there slaying, so not to flex on y'all, but I did actually kind of good in the leaving cert. Like I set the bar pretty high, and I was pretty proud of myself, right? Because I was the first kid in my family to go straight to college from school. So my parents were like crazy focused on her education, so I was really proud of like the standard that I set. And my sister came along and she did really good, but not as good as me. And then my brother came along.
That little shitbag.
That little fucker got 600 points.
What?
He got 6, and for those not in the Irish system, that's the maximum. So that's kind of rude, more or less the maximum.
Yeah.
So that was kind of rude of him. And then so I did an arts degree, which is kind of, I thought it was cool and edgy of me, and that was really fun. And then my sister did science. I'm like, that's kind of rude of you, but fair. I mean, fair. And then my brother came along.
Doctor.
Aeronautical engineer.
What?
What is that so rude? That is so rude of you to do that, to be so smart and talented. Like, you're putting me in such a shadow.
Yeah. Christina, you are beautiful, you are smart, you are empowered.
Thank you
Fuck
so
that
much.
arrow man. I can't even tell you what his job is.
He's learning how to build planes, which I actually do think he should build me one. Just personally.
Boeing? Don't trust that shit.
So I know, but and they both, so James is doing his engineering degree, and he's about to potentially do a master's, and my sister's got a master's, and I'm sitting here with my bachelor and my little diplomas, and I'm like, you're younger than me, you can't be more educated. That's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. This is so mean. So I'm like, do I get a PhD? And I work in research, and I see PhD students, and I can tell you, they suffer.
Don't do it. Nah.
And I'm like, I don't want to do that. How do I one-up this? Actually, agony aunt, how do I one-up?
Oh, you know what? So my sister also was in the arts, right? And so we did like acting as kids all the way through. And so we have always been competitive with each other and secretly been jealous of each other's success. Yeah. And then after a while, well, I mean, like my sister really succeeded, to be fair to her. Like she was a resident director in the West End. And like was working on the top shit. She's already won. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, fuck it. But the thing is, you know, now she now has like a baby and kids in a house. Yeah. And now I'm like, I want a baby and kids in a house. Yeah. But then she's like, but you're doing this cool thing, and there's no point of comparing yourself. No. Because you wouldn't necessarily do it. Well, you shouldn't do it to other people. So yeah, I know. So I'm semi-jealous. Like I'm not real, like, you know what I mean? But I'm also like. A little bit. Yeah. Yeah. But you have your little niece now, and that's really fun. She's so cute. Yeah, she's so cute. She's so with it. It's mad. Cool. Oh, it's an issue, though. God, we were really hoping she'd be like an accountant or something. Yeah. You need that one, really. Baby was born for the stage. She can do the jazz hands. Oh, her timing. It's impressive. She's going to be insufferable. she's like, my Aunt Emily said I should sing Defying Gravity. I'd be like, baby, that is so overdone. We need to revamp this repertoire. Come on. That's so nice, though. I love how, like, how close your family is to you. Because I feel like, you know, when you leave and you go to college, you're like, I don't need you anymore, Mom, even though you're paying all my bills. Do you know what I mean? Like, being pushed away and kind of getting out of the nest. But, like, I think, the older you get, the more you pull them all close. Like, I think the moment you realize your mom was a little girl, that I feel like that breaks my heart every time. I cry, actually. I love my mom so fierce. I think I talk about my mom almost every podcast. It should be. I should have made a drinking game for this show, honestly. My mom is unreal. The way she carries herself and the way she does stuff. I feel like you feel like your mom is like so integral to you. I feel like your family is very integrally. And I think I have a great privilege of my sister was able to buy a house literally next door. Like
Crazy.
we could have an adjoining doors. Like, is it too much? Yes. Is she recreating her childhood? Probably. Does that need to be brought up in therapy?
She needs to be on this chaise longue.
Yeah, we need to lying vertically, being like, wow. But the thing is, it's such a privilege being able to be that close to your family.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, I'm really dead set on getting a mortgage and like really doing that because I'm playing the game, guys. But the thing
Gonna
is,
get on that ladder.
yeah, getting on the ladder. But the thing is, it's like, yeah, being able to be that close with your family is honestly a gift that most people don't get to have, and I'm very grateful for it.
Absolutely. Shout out to moms and dads,
Yay!
everybody. Shout out to our parents. We wouldn't be here without them. Thank you so much. You're the best.
Yeah. Unless you're a dick and then go fuck yourself.
Yeah, true, actually. Fair.
Hot sauce in the eye. That's what I like to say.
I don't know where you're going.
Hot sauce in the eye is like, you know when someone's done you slightly wrong and you're just like, you don't really wish them ill intent, but you're just like, oh, hot sauce in the eye, Rob.
I feel like you're really trying to make this happen.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Me and my sister do it all the time.
I don't think... Yeah, it's a thing now with us. And there's 20 people here.
Yeah.
Everybody, hot sauce in the eye.
Hot sauce in the eye.
Okay, so let's talk about you as a professional.
Okay.
Because I feel like you have things coming up you need a promo. We're not there at the end of it yet, are we? No, we're good. But I feel like we should talk about... So,
are you into conspiracies?
yeah, absolutely. Hit me
What's
with
your
one.
favorite conspiracy?
That's a good one. I mean, the first one that comes to is the jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. The 9/11 conspiracy.
Oh,
Let's go. This is a 9/11 conspiracy podcast now, everybody. Buckle up. That was the first one, but that's my favorite one.
I just feel like there's like a lot of American ones, and I feel like I want to start more Dublin ones.
Ooh, okay.
And like not be like too controversial and topical, but you know, like the Mitch and Crypt situation that happened in the news yesterday.
Yes.
You know, someone has robbed a head from there before.
Yes. Sorry, does everybody know what we're talking about? No.
Oh, okay. So, there's
conspiracy with Emily and Christina.
Okay,
Here we
so
go.
there's like a 13th century crypt in town, okay? And you were allowed to go in it, and there were 5 mummies, right? We all with me? Fab. Catholic, I presume.
So important to note that.
Yeah, I would say it was pagan at some stage, maybe a monk involved, who knows? But anyway, so what happened is someone went in before and robbed a head. And they just were like, where's this head gone? And then they were so worried. The person who robbed it obviously got a bit like concerned that they had a fucking head of a mummy in their house and brought it back. Right? Okay, and then that crypt has been set on fire 3 times. And it just happened the other day. And I'm like, what is going on? I think like there's some like summoning of some people, like some people get a calling to it. And like that is meant to be destroyed. And or it's a tycoon wants to build a hotel on it.
Hotel one, absolutely.
That's it. So they're like, it's too obvious to gentrify the place. Like, how are you going to gentrify a mummy crypt? Burn it down.
Yeah,
that's my conspiracy.
There's so much wild stuff that happens over here that we just don't talk about enough. Like, there are like, I follow this like history of Dublin like Twitter account, which is really, really fun for like little fun facts. But it's like, it started talking about the tunnels underneath Dublin, which was super cool. And so in the Liffey, there's like a grate thing that looks like sewage or whatever coming out. I'm sure it's not fun down there. But if you go in, it's like, it is a secret tunnel underneath Dublin City where they used to like just smuggle stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like, nobody's talking about this.
Yeah.
Why aren't we down? Well, it's obvious why we're not down there. It's disgusting.
I'll tell you why I know that, because I actually once went on a first date.
Finish the sentence, please.
Kayaking up the Liffey.
Oh.
And we just had a group of young teens serenading us going, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Honestly, it was like being in the gondolas.
Okay, good. What a romantic.
What's the difference? Yeah.
Dublin really is the new Venice, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I did think my favorite conspiracy is that I don't think the moon landing was real. The first one. I think we definitely got there.
The first one, has there been more?
The original, yeah.
I don't care for space. I don't care for space because
you don't like space?
No, it's too big. It's too
She's
big.
only small, in fairness. You know.
I don't like things that are too big that I can't grasp the concept of.
Fair.
But also, if you let go in space, you just float off forever. Yeah. That's it with you. And do you know how I found that out?
Yeah.
The animated Buzz Lightyear film. That is meant to be an enjoyable experience with a queer relationship, and all I could think of, this is a horror show.
Yeah, it was the guy from Star Trek, William Shatner. What a second name. But went to space, and he was so excited to go to space. And he got up there, and he was like, "Please put me down, please put me back down," because he was so lonely. Yeah. But I feel like, you know, the floating away thing for me, I mean, yeah, probably it would be hellish, but in my mind, I like to believe that it would be kind of peaceful.
You'd die of starvation.
I feel like I'd lose oxygen first. Are you enjoying this? This is so fun. How would we die in space?
Oh, that's a fun game. Do you ever play the game if you were born in, like, pick a century?
17th.
Okay, if you were born in the 17th century, when would you have died?
Oh, immediately. I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh.
So I was like, you know, immediate.
Yeah.
Also, I think I have too much tood, and they'd just be like, witch, or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely a witch. I wouldn't have made it to the stake at that stage. It would have been my wisdom teeth, which are kind of a lame way to go, right?
Oh, that's bad. Mine would have been my appendix, if it wasn't my tood. Actually, speaking about my tood, so I was talking about, I get very angry about things that I shouldn't really spend that much emotion on, like that much energy. It's like stupid and silly. And one of them is Molly Malone, the statue. And like, I'm so like mad at people touching her boobs. It like makes me so enraged. And like, I went past it and I just got overwhelmed. I was like, I saw some men, they're like, I was talking to Subi about this earlier. I was like, they were all like, "Whoa, go on, Jeff, touch the boob." And I was like, I turned around, I was like, "You're disgusting." And then I was like, what have I said? It's a group of men. I'm just scuttling.
I love calling people out in public. Oh,
but I shouldn't. But I need to finish the story.
Carry on.
So I called them. I was like, "That's disgusting," and they turned around and they're like, "Yeah, sorry." And I did not expect that from them. Like the way that they just turned around, they were like, "I was perceived."
Yeah.
Shit.
No, it's because no one ever calls them out. And so when they're called out, they're like, eh.
I feel like it, yeah.
This happened very recently because I woke up at like 6 o'clock in the morning with a screaming baby, right? Okay, and the baby hadn't had my niece, not a random one. This is such a small thing, but it really pissed me off. I was queuing for a coffee, and this guy just skipped me, and I said, "Sorry, the queue's going this way." And he goes, and ignores me. And then a man turns around and goes, "Yeah, no, the queue's that way." And then he goes, "Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. And so I turned to him and I said, "Wit," to everyone in the queue. I went, "Weird, he changed for a man when he said it." Did anyone else notice that?
Fucking slave.
And he was so embarrassed. And it's just like, I just lived for that moment for a while.
That's nice. I have a friend of mine who has not a very good memory, so sometimes they'll listen to me. I full respect, I have the worst memory in the world, but sometimes he'll forget that I said something, and so he'll say what I said back. So if I had an idea, I was like, "I think it'd be a really good idea to go to the pub tomorrow," and he's like 5 minutes later, "By the way, I think it'd be really good." And I was like, I love hearing my ideas in a lower voice. I love it. That baritone really gives it some juice.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so great. How are we doing? We're rolling.
Can I just say sorry about Molly Malone and Power of the Voice? You know that?
Yes.
Was, like, they were actually out there today putting chalk around.
Good for you.
Touch my tits or whatever.
Yeah. Shout out Empower the Voice.
Empower the Voice. They're on Instagram. They do great things.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
For me?
Yeah.
All right, throw up.
Okay, so I thought I had this like groundbreaking, revolutionary idea recently. Okay. So it's hard to believe, guys. But
Are you comfortable, by the way?
In fact, single.
She's single. Oh.
Can you believe it?
Wow.
Liz, single.
Boo.
What?
Boo to that.
No, it's actually great. But I had this thing where I was like, stop spending time caring about people who aren't thinking about you. Or don't think about people who aren't thinking about you, right?
Okay.
Which my friend's response was, "Yes, Emily, that's the bare fucking minimum." But how do you stop that? Like, how do you know that they're not thinking about you, but like maybe they're just slow to message and like who knows, maybe they're really into you but you don't know, and then
I completely get that. So
Right.
yeah, I can't do that because I care about what everybody thinks about me all the time.
right.
And
Yeah.
but also I'm in this weird mindset where I feel like I think about absolutely everyone that I've ever met, probably I've thought about them for a decent chunk of time. But I don't think I pop into anybody's minds.
I think about
nobody
you
thinks about me.
all the time.
Oh, babe.
All the time.
But then I feel perceived, and I'm like, how does, you know what I mean? If somebody's like, oh, I was talking about you the other day, I'm like, what did you say? What you say about me? What did you say? And they're like, oh, we were just talking about your thing. I was like, yeah, but what did you really say? You know? But I always think about this. So how do you not care about how you're perceived? I mean, I don't know.
I genuinely don't care about how I'm perceived.
Oh, sorry, about people.
Which is weird because basically, right, so if you couldn't tell by my just general queerness, I am...
Curiosity.
Yes, that's also a good podcast. I am
No free plugs, no free plugs. Cut that out.
I'm gender fluid, non-binary. No, gender fluid is kind of what I go for. But I don't care about pronouns. Now, this isn't a fucking pass for you to not use pronouns. They do exist. I personally do not care, okay? But because I'm like, I know what I am what I am. And
What
how
I am
what I am.
What I am.
Special creature. Does she sing? Sorry, I went way too close to the mic. Anyway, so it's like you can't tell, like I can't change how I'm perceived. Whatever gender you perceive me, it doesn't matter. Although it did become an issue when I went to border control recently in France.
Oh, yeah, you said.
Oh my God. I had a screaming baby, okay? Screaming baby in my arms. And the guy was looking at it for like 3 minutes and goes, Emily Bradley. And I'm like, yeah.
Oui.
Oui. And they were like, female? I was like, sure. Like, what do you want from me? And then just looked at me for like a good solid like 10 minutes. But the worst part is, okay, that photo, I think passport photos last too long. Okay, I was having a mentee bee when that photo was taken. And to be fair, I do not look like her.
She's a different woman.
She is dead. Dead inside and dead to me.
Yeah.
So...
Do you know what? To go back to your question about like thinking about other people, I think it's important to think about yourself in that way because we're always growing. And I think you need to take some time to reflect sometimes and be like, what am I doing? Do you know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, but you're not helping me with the dating. Like, I just don't want to think
Sorry.
about... I don't want to think... I don't want
You don't want to think about the, you're like, oh, will they text me back?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just come hang out with me. What's wrong with you?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just do cool things together. But I think that's important. Have hobbies and just do whatever you want to do. And like throw it. It sucks so bad. To do something that you don't want to do sucks so bad. Like, for example, like when I was planning this, I'm like, oh, I'm stressed. Like, you know, is anybody going to come? Blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, this so much. But I had to pour myself into something else because otherwise I'll drive myself demented. Do you know what I mean? And you're also such a cooler person if you don't care, first of all, but also if you like do other things, but you do way too much.
I do way too much. I'm already doing that.
How is there enough mental space in there to do everything and also care about like texting back and stuff? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. Well,
oh dear, Emily, I love you so much. You're my favorite gal. All right, we're getting to the end. No,
don't say it so.
We're gonna do a Q&A with the
for me, Argentina.
Two different keys.
Two different keys.
It was fine. We'll work in the post.
Auto-tune. We can be sure.
Do you know what? Some Halloween, I feel like we should both be both Lizzie McGuire's from the Lizzie McGuire movie. I do the hey now, this is my dream. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, we need to start. Okay. Do your plugs. Where can people find you? Oh, actually, do you have a let's do that. Rising star. Who's somebody who's impressed you in the last little while? Rising star.
You.
Oh God, this is taking a turn. This is not where I wanted it to go.
Genuinely.
Oh, Emily.
Genuinely, you got your shit together. That's it. No, you have a nice branding. I think to go off what Nessa was saying, it's like I don't think that you can do this on your own. I really don't. And like, if you want to succeed, if you physically cannot have every skill set to succeed in this industry, whether that's marketing, whether that's producing, whether that's lights, whether that's sound. And there's no money. So, surprise. So you need to find people to do those things because you can't afford, and you need to build relationships, and you are supporting all those individual people, as Mike, I think, said, but I was actually winning Pac-Man while that was happening. So I'm taking this moment. So yeah, you're my rising star.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm blushing right now under all this foundation. Thank you, love. I love you so much.
I love you too.
All right, will you plug your show?
I'll
plug your shows. So Emily has Queer Note Cabaret coming up on June
22nd.
I knew that. See, Queer Note Cabaret is an amazing show full of amazing people. It's kind of a melange. I like to think of it as a melange of different. So they have like burlesque, comedy, drag. One time, a guy sang a song about a banana. It was actually incredibly moving. So that's amazing. Date night's coming up.
Date night is on the 15th of June with PJ Gallagher. So that's like sick.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I'm doing theatrical events.
Oh.
In September.
Okay.
That is a part of a group of shows by an esteemed name that I can't say the name of.
All right.
For press release reasons. If you know, you know.
Yeah, we'll try. If I release this later on, I'll put like my own voice saying what it is.
And at this moment, Emily was trying to.
But yeah, that's really exciting. I love that you're doing so much, and you're a great person for the community too. I love the way you bring people together. You're great. But we've talked about this on the last episode of the podcast, so you need to watch. Thank you so much for coming up.
Wait, can I ask one last question?
Yeah, of course.
What star sign are you?
Capricorn. But I'm on the cusp. So actually, sorry guys, you thought you were getting the end.
We're edging you. Oh, yeah, you're just right there.
Emily, later. I went on Twitch once, and late night Twitch, having a look around in the like psychic sections and stuff to see if somebody in the comments without money, obviously, because I don't know how the money in Twitch works, to be honest. And I was like, hey, I'm here if you want to do a reading. So this guy did a reading, and he was like, you're a wood pig, Capricorn, cusp, Sagittarius. He was like, he read me for filth. He was like, you're not good managing money, but that's because you're a pig. And I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? He's like, imagine, but it's like, okay, because he genuinely, I know that sounds, he was honest. And I was like, wow. And he was like, you're Sagittarius on the cusp, so you say some things from Sagittarius into Capricorn, so you're kind of like a mix, because I'm literally on the cusp of it. So yeah, to answer your question, do you know everything about me now?
Yeah.
What star sign are you?
I'm a Libra.
Ooh.
I'm very Libra.
I love that.
In the sense that I will flirt with every single one of you.
And on that note, we need to wrap. Emily, you could stay here, but I want to say thank you. Emily, genuinely, when we found out that everything, I called Emily and she had stuff on today and just ran to my aid. So I just want to say a special thank you so much for coming last minute, because we're last minute chats, what are you going to do? So everybody, please put your hands together for Emily!